Okay, so he's got good position. Knees are tight. Yeah, make me sound funny. Hips are up in the air. It's hard for me to cage his hips. He can, if he wants to move his hips around, no problem. Right? If he wants to break me down anytime, no problem. So, what do I need to do in order to keep from being broken down? All too often, what people do is they rely on pushing. You know, grabbing onto the pants, pushing in here, and yeah, that can work. But you know what happens when he gets control of this and he just rips it free, right? He rips that free, pops me forward. Now I got major problems. All right. Being inside somebody's guard is more than just trying to push off of them. It also has to do with what your body structure is like. Okay. First order of business is I want you to have your hips as low as possible. Okay. You'll see some people up on their toes, but the more elevated you are, the easier it is to pop you forward. So if you can, I'd like you to be sitting right on your heels. You also want to make sure that your head is away. You're not, if I'm looking right at him, look at the angle of my head. All he has to do is just pull my head down, and it's very hard for me to stop him, right? It's, even with my back relatively straight and all this, if my head is bent down, if he gets a hold of my head and it's already bent, it's way easier to bend, right? So I'm going to make sure that I've got my head up and not even necessarily looking at him. You know, I can kind of look down my nose at him and keep my head back, right? Anytime that he goes reaching for my head, I'm going to make sure that he can't, all right? And I don't really need to be looking at what's going on down here. So keep your head back, right? Notice how I'm kind of even pulling my chin back a little bit. Help engage the muscles back here. The next thing I want you to worry about, once your head is out of range, you've got your weight down low, you have a good base, you're all caging his hips and all that fun stuff. The next thing is incredibly important for keeping him from breaking you down. All right. Now I'm just here like most people would, and if he pops me forward, all right, go back and pop me forward again. How do we do it? It's burned up on the first part. It's relatively straightforward for him to pop me forward, especially when he's got more energy. I'm going to make a small adjustment to my hips. All right, hop over for a second. So I'm sitting here. Notice my back is pretty straight here. All right, this is not what we want. What we want is I'm going to rotate my hips like I'm kind of slouching into a chair. So I'm here, and just slouching right down like this. All right. What that's going to do is that's going to curve your lower back, and the area where he's putting pressure on you, instead of folding you up like a hinge, like this, when we slouch down and really sink down, when he puts pressure here, it gets redirected down to your legs. All right. So now when he tries to pop me forward, go ahead, grab one. All right. Anybody else want to give it a shot? Because what's going to happen is
I would like to feel the difference. Not that I'm going to be able to do it and get you down, but I'd like to feel the difference.
Right. If you're doing this properly, more often than not, they're going to pull themselves up. So I'm just going to leave my posture like it was before. Break me down. That was easy. All right. Now change this. Go ahead. Didn't have to do anything. All right. That's all from just rotating my hips backward. Right? I take my hips, rotate them back and down. Then all of a sudden, all of that energy is going right back down to the mat instead of into my back. All right. So play around with that. Like I said, remember, you've got your head up and back, rotating your hips down, and just don't use your arms at all. Right? Don't even bother with putting your arm inside the knee. I just want you to feel that person has to pull themselves up to you. Let them grab onto your gi. All right? Everything that they do, they should be trying to pull you down, and they should not be able to pull you down very easily. Okay?